Here we go.
Hey.
Here we go.
Hey.
Here we go.
Hey.
Here we go. Good now. It's not gonna.
Testing.
We good.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming at you live. But not.
Because it's a recording.
It's recording. Hello, Alicia. We're here with Alicia. We're turning the tables today. Woohoo! This is Liliana. You probably heard me in the previous podcast. We decided to turn the tables today and interview Alicia so that her fans, hello fans,
Whatever.
What do you call your fans?
I don't have a
name
for them.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll work on a name.
So that your fans can get to know more about you. Thank you for choosing me. I love this idea of turning the tables.
Yeah, like I wanted to have somebody who are interested in people as much as I am. So like of all the people that I could think of, you share the same excitement about learning about people and their behaviors and understanding like their mental and stuff like that.
I agree. I think that's one of the many things we had in common. I think working together, I realized that as well. I think, yeah, we'll talk about that later, but just like just sharing about that and like interviews and the beauty of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But we can jump into it. We can go into the intro today.
Yeah, and take your time. You ain't gotta rush.
What's the time limit?
There's no time limit. Yeah, I know I had Brandon on here.
Yeah, how long was that one?
2.5 hours.
But it was funny and interesting.
Yeah. No, it didn't feel that long. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That was one of my favorite.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Episodes. Yeah.
I don't have no crazy story coming into it. Do you have any crazy story coming into the podcast recording? Like
no, nothing that happened today that
no
weird to me.
Bikes.
No getting hit by a bike. No,
That's good.
I don't think so. Yeah,
that's good. It's a calm Sunday.
Yeah, very
Here.
calm Sunday here in Austin, Texas.
You read my mind. Okay, we can jump into the icebreaker questions. Okay, so currently, what is your favorite song?
Oh, right now, I've been in my feels, so I've been listening to Charlotte Day Wilson. She has a song called Mountains, and what led me to that song is like my favorite song by Drake. He has sampled that song, which is one of my favorite songs by Drake, not the ultimate. I have like a whole playlist just with Drake, but it's called Fair Trade. It's with him and Travis Scott. And at the end, they played like a snippet of her song, but they kind of like pitched it up higher and made it faster to match the beat of his song.
Oh, send it to me.
Yeah, I'll definitely send it to you.
And the cover, yeah.
The song in his song, Fair Trade, he's saying like, I'm tired of being like in the crazy world, crazy light. Like I can't trust everybody around me. Like if I want my peace, like I want to trade in like the craziness of the people who I claim as my friends or claim to be my friends. And he's like, that sounds like a fair trade to me. Like, like if that means me having peace, like I'd rather keep my peace than to like be crazy or like losing myself because of the people that I'm around or that are around me, you know.
I like that.
And then that song from Charlotte Day Wilson, Mountains, that song is about, I'm trying to think of the lyrics. It's like, you know how moving a mountain, like it's really hard. Moving mountains and also like getting over the mountain, like, you know, there's like, it's easier to go down a mountain than it is to go up. So once you get up, like it's smooth sailing going down. And she's saying like, I know we going through all this right now, but like from the mountain, it'll be easier. From the mountain, you get a better view of what's to come. If we can just get through this mountain or like get over this mountain, like we'll be good. So like, please like stay with me on this ride while I'm trying to like get over this mountain, you know? So yeah.
Does that apply to you right now with like school?
With school, work, me being a dog mom, me being in a relationship and try to be the best partner, best version of myself. It's been hitting me kind of hard.
Apply to many
it could
aspects.
For sure.
Your life or anyone's.
Oh yeah, for
Life.
sure.
Okay,
So I've been
I'll
listening
listen to it.
to that song, with both of those songs, but
Mountains.
mainly like Mountains by Charlie Day Wilson. I haven't heard. I want to listen to that album because her voice is very soulful, and
What time period is she?
oh, she's recent. Like this
recent? Oh, okay.
album, this album came out in 2021,
Oh, okay.
and that song by Fair Trade, I want to say came out around the same time, like later on that year.
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, because Drake he's been putting out albums like every year lately. It's been every year. So yeah, that song had came out earlier. Maybe he has some kind of connection with her, or yeah. Yeah,
I'm
so
glad-
she's current. She has a very soulful voice. It's surprising, I guess, because like she's white, and so you
Oh, wow.
don't
She's
really
so
hear
soulful.
like soulful voices from a white woman. Not
she
to be
American?
racist or anything, but like it's
Not
just
Yeah.
it's honest. It's just honest. Yeah.
Is she American?
I have no idea. I need to research her more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just discovered her. I was like, okay, I want to like see what this sample is because I know it's a sample. Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah,
That's beautiful. That he's hopefully like other people have also gotten to discover her through this
Yeah,
sample
yeah,
of
yeah.
Drake. I would hope so.
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
I hope so. Oh, that's great. Charlotte. Day
Charlotte Day Wilson. Yeah,
Wilson. Okay. Okay, I'll take a listen to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Whoa. I recently been into like old school like jazzy vibes.
yeah.
I forgot the guy's name. Something Jordan, the artist's name. It's like 50s, 60s jazzy, and the song is called like "Is You Is" or "Is You Ain't My Baby."
Yeah.
But it's so like jazzy, and I feel just so classy listening to it.
Yeah.
And I discovered it on a show I'm currently watching, Mrs. Maisel on
Oh.
Amazon Prime. And wow, like I've discovered so much new music.
Yeah.
Right now I'm currently vibing to that
Jazz.
song, and I at work the other day I played his album.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow,
It was good.
it was so good.
I had to listen to
Yes, I'll send it to you.
that. Yeah.
That's what I've been vibing to recently.
There's like I want to get into jazz because there's a lot of like history in jazz, you know. I want to get into jazz, and I also like want to listen to like Afrobeat,
Ooh.
like get into the Afrobeat. I know you listen to a lot of Afrobeat stuff.
So does another coworker at work.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I want to. Those are the two
Yeah.
genres that I need to expand
Explore more.
my music horizon.
Mhm.
I guess you could say. Yeah.
Wow, so much good music.
Yeah, there's a lot of music in the Latin music world too. Like Karol G just dropped the album. Tiny, he just dropped the album.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was listening to that. A lot of his beats are from like the 90s, like 90s,
Wow.
or like one is like an 80s rap beat, and then a lot of his sounds sound like 90s house or pop,
Wow.
and like more recent pop.
Wow.
Like the beats that he used to make, and just also like the Latin influence,
Okay.
normal beat, reggaeton beat.
Wow,
I
that's
was
exciting.
surprised. Yeah,
I wish I was more up to date with more current music, but I feel like you're good
Yeah.
at that.
I try my best to
Like that's how I discovered Rosalia's new album
Yeah.
and Camila.
yeah. Camila
Camila's new album.
Cabello,
Yes.
or yeah.
That's how I discovered her new, or that I knew that she produced a new album.
Oh
through you,
yeah.
at work.
Yeah, I try to, if I'm not liking like some genre of music, or if I'm not, because I feel like radio music all sound the same. I kind of look at artists rather than look at songs.
Yeah.
Or like a mixture of both. So I feel like
Yes,
people don't listen to
you've taught me
albums.
that. You've taught me that.
Yeah, because it's hard to just base off of a song or
Oh,
like a single.
Yeah.
Because like, of course, that single is gonna cater to everybody.
Yeah.
I try to like go into albums because it shows like the artist's progress or growth, or like all their skills. Or
I've heard it put this way. I don't know if you agree, but it's like a portrait, and one song is just a piece of the portrait, like thinking of like a canvas,
okay,
and looking at the whole album is looking at the whole portrait.
okay, yeah.
I don't know if
And I guess like whatever you said, the album or the artist.
the album. So the
The-
single is just like a
Okay.
small window, like a circle into the artwork. And
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to the whole album, it's the bigger picture. the whole painted
Okay,
artwork.
yeah, I can
Do you
agree
relate with
with
that
that.
analogy?
I can agree. I agree with that. And also like you can even break down like the type of paint used or the type of canvas it's on, or like how long it took to create that, like that. I think even that you can say like that's the artist, or
yeah,
or what
you
they
can
want
observe
to
even more things from
right,
a bigger picture. Yeah,
right,
that's a
right.
good point.
Yeah, I think it's a good analogy though.
Yeah, I think you and our other coworker Jewel taught me that, just playing the album.
Yeah,
there's beauty in that too.
Yeah, because you can really, like I said, I like learning about people, and you can learn about a lot from a person or an artist in particular through their album.
Whoa.
Yeah, lyrics of a song.
That's deep.
Yeah, the kind of beat, what kind of mood they were going for.
Whoa.
Yeah, with the song or with the album. Yeah, it's like, dang, what are they going through? Whether it's happy or sad or like.
Gives you a window into their life.
Yeah.
And then, so I can't help but think, like, even further, right? Like, that's the big picture, but even the bigger picture, when you start comparing all the little canvases.
Yeah.
All next to each other.
From the same artist?
Yeah, from the same artist.
Yeah.
You know, like, what more things would that tell you about the artist himself?
One example of that is, like, Ariana Grande. Her Sweetener album. Like, before that, she put that album out during a time where, like, she herself was going through. It was like around the time that Mac Miller died. It was around the time that the bombing at her concert happened in Manchester. Right, it was in Manchester. It's in the UK. Yeah, it was in the UK. That album was a very light album. Like, the beats on there were very soft and gentle, and like all her songs and lyrics, it was just very calming. She put out that album to like make herself okay, and and make everybody, all her fans, will be okay. And also the cover of that album is very light, like pink. Like kind of dreamy. I think she has clouds on that album, compared to the album that she came out next to that, which was on 7 Rings and more like hype and harder beats. It was not the total opposite of Sweetener, but like a different version of like happy, and like, I don't know, it was
interesting.
Yeah, it was very different. She was in a different time. Like, she's like, I'm happy, I'm getting back to my normal self, like, you know, still coping, but you know, and it was before that she got married to her now husband. And so, like, I guess she was on the prowl, like, looking.
So many things
she's out there.
I like how you also mentioned, like, the thought also goes into like choosing the album cover, and that's also part of that canvas and portrait. For
sure. With Kehlani, she was very particular about one of her albums that she did. It Was Good Until It Wasn't. And like on the front part of her cover, you know, like, she took the analogy of it's always green on the other side. On that cover, you see her like looking over into the other neighbor's yard with the hose, like, what's going on over there? While like she doesn't, her yard is like dead grass and like just dirt. And she's like, man, like, what are my neighbors doing? Like, is their grass green? And then, like, on the other side, like, on the back side of her album, her face is, like, shocked. It's like, whoa. Like, it's like, what did she see? Why does she have a shocked face, you know?
You gotta listen.
Yeah. But,
right.
Yeah, and on that album, like, she was going through a breakup. And that's why she called it Was Good Until It Wasn't.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it literally tell like all her emotions that she felt throughout this breakup. And then like her next album is all like, it's called Blue Water Road. It's all light, and like she's found love. She's found love in herself. She's loving her life, and it's like her near a beach and like very calm. And
Whoa. I wonder if artists like that who have very contrasting albums, like, do you think once they're happy, you think it's difficult for them to listen to like those sad songs?
Maybe, probably, but it's also like, I think it's a good marker for like their life and how they lived and what point of their life that all that stuff was happening in. And I think it's like a memory book, like a scrapbook, like a picture book. of
You're
their
right.
life. Yeah. It just so happened to be music in an album. It's kind of easier for them to look back, you know.
You're right. They
Yeah,
have
to
that
do that. Yeah.
ability to do so.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, it's perhaps some like healing also looking back
For sure.
and realizing
The growth, seeing the
growth,
process.
seeing the process,
Yeah.
like how we were saying, like being grateful that you have what you prayed for.
Yeah.
What we were talking about earlier.
For sure. Yeah.
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 Well, it's so deep.
It's a good memory. Yeah. A good reminder,
Yeah.
rather not memory. Good reminder. Yeah.
Whoa, so good. I feel like we could talk about this forever, but we can
I
continue.
love music. I love music.
She loves music.
I
if you
love
didn't
music.
know.
That's why.
Ask her
Yeah.
anything about music.
Yeah.
Okay, so our second icebreaker question would be a customer service story. I totally forgot what I mentioned in mine. Sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
Sorry if I repeat.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Because now, like, in my job right now, I don't have to deal with all that. Like, I don't get calls we don't get calls at all.
You don't answer calls?
No, I don't
Okay.
answer calls. I don't have to. We kind of just work with whoever's in the lab.
Okay.
I guess the most recent thing, Yaz had, like, unfortunately, like, got her stuff stolen, and I had called T-Mobile, because I guess it's like everything is under my name. We share a plan.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, he was very helpful. I was like, he asked me for my PIN, and I didn't have the PIN to my account, and he was like, don't worry, like, you have your social security number. I was like, oh yeah, I got this. And he just made the process like very, very easy. And it's not, you don't get that often.
No.
It's always like, you got to contact this person and contact this person in order to get the answer, because this person doesn't have the answer, or they don't.
You're going around.
Yeah, it's like you're going around in circles. So it was nice that he can like answer all my questions and just go straight to what I need, you know. So like he was very helpful, and I made sure that like I told him he was very helpful.
Yeah.
So
Remember his name?
Jeff, maybe.
Oh, well, you're listening to this. Shout out.
Yeah,
to
shout
Jeff.
out to Jeff from T-Mobile.
T-Mobile.
You the real one.
Competition
We
to
got the
Jake.
phone. Yeah, we got the phone.
Yay. Okay, yay.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you had a good experience.
Yeah. That's the most recent. I try to like do the best to like do stuff for myself, but like I guess it's good to like rely on people.
Mm.
Yeah.
We're community.
Yeah, build community.
For me, customer service, the same. I was thinking, I'm like, what? I guess something that happened to my sister. She currently works part-time as a florist for HEB.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just interesting to hear the stories she gets, because she works on one at HEB that's kind of bougie.
Mm-hmm.
And so she says, like, man, like the customers can be very rude. They're like, can you arrange this? And just like, they just give her flowers. Can you arrange it? Because if the florist arranges, if you guys didn't know this, if the florist arranges the flowers for you at HEB, it's a 40% markup for their labor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
so like the flowers, the price of the
plus
it's the price of the flowers plus
if you don't have your vase 40% markup, right? I don't know if it'll change anytime soon, but
so like a bouquet that's like $14 is actually like it should be worth $3, but since like there's no vase and the person who put together the bouquet,
as in I don't know how that works with the bouquets they've already made, but it's like the arrangements they have in the little walk-in freezers.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
oh, that's why
already,
they're so high.
Yes.
They're like $50.
Yes, that's why.
Oh, okay.
We're exposing HEB now. don't shut us down.
No, please don't shut us down.
Please don't shut us down.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what
that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but they also have a
okay.
service where like the customer can choose their flowers to the floors for them to arrange.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yes. So sometimes they can be short with her and be like, "Can you do this while I shop?
Yeah.
And can you do it quick?" She's like, "No, I have other things going on." Yeah. But besides the point, this is a positive story. She said that a dad came in. She didn't give any details on like his ethnicity, but I could only like wonder. But it was a dad, I guess, mid-age, and she asked her like, "Hey, my kindergarten son, my son who's in kindergarten, is graduating. Can you help me create a bouquet for him?"
Aww.
And I just thought like, how beautiful, like a man giving his boy
some flowers.
Like I thought that was just so beautiful. Like
yeah.
He's so comfortable in like masculinity that he's able to sit well in the femininity, right?
Right,
like, I was like, man, was he French? I don't know if like French men do that. She's like, yeah, I don't know if he was foreign or not.
Right.
But I thought that was so endearing because she had never gotten that request before. So she chose like more like boyish colors. I think a little inflatable balloon in there.
Right.
And he was satisfied with the arrangement. But I thought that was so cute. Like,
yeah.
Here's son, congrats.
Congrats. Here's some flowers.
Yeah. I thought that was
awesome.
So cute. Yeah, that inspired me.
It's different.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
And I brought up that question at work, and I'm not gonna give his name, but he was just like so surprised.
What question?
Oh, I was asking like, have you ever received flowers? I was asking the guys. Work, and majority of them said no.
Yeah.
And one in particular, he's like, no, why would I? And like, it's just so foreign now.
Right.
Or right now, yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I'm like, wow. Yeah. It's not common.
No.
Here.
I guess like, I don't know if it's like because the guy doesn't want flowers or like just society is just like so like I don't know, like over masculine or like super masculine that like flowers is like weak or like I don't know.
At least the ones at work seem open to the idea. They're like
of receiving flowers.
If a girl were to give you flowers, but not someone who's trying to pursue you, but like an aunt or your mom would give you flowers on your birthday, would you be receptive? And the majority said they were. But
okay.
Interesting, you know.
So I guess like they're very confident in themselves or comfortable with themselves. That like, I'll take some flowers.
But it was cute because all of them said no. I've never gotten flowers.
I was like, can I give you a hug? Right.
Give me money.
I'll give you some flowers.
So that was interesting. I was like, wow, how could I change that? You know, like gift a male in my life who I really value flowers. Right. On a special event. But yeah, that's a thought. Food for thought.
Yeah. That's sweet.
That's the story.
Right.
But yeah, we can continue with the topic if you're ready.
Yeah.
You mentioned about it earlier. You said how we share that common interest of being interested in people. Mm-hmm. And so with that could be a good segue into this topic. And the topic is like, how did you get into the desire to want to do a podcast? I find that very interesting. And we talked about this, but I want to hear your response.
I just get bored sometimes, but also like I like, I'm always watching interviews, like music, like artist interviews and listening to podcasts and like just hearing people just talk and like inspire others. And also the original thought really not only with like podcasting but also like with I guess Humans of New York. I don't know if you're not familiar with it. This guy would just go around New York, take a photo and like just tell the story behind the photo, so to speak, and like just give people an idea of like whose story is being told right now. The stories are usually like very inspiring. Like the latest one that I remember is like of this couple who they went to high school with each other, so that's how they knew each other. They didn't really start dating until a couple of years later, and they were together for like 2 years, and they discovered like it didn't work out, but they were still like really, really good friends, and they would still like keep in touch with each other. So that's like a very nice story. You don't hear that often. Or like it's a man and his son and telling about how they lost, he lost his wife or he lost his mother, and how he's like learning how to be a widow and also like be a father to this kid that he had to tend more to since he don't have a partner to help him out. Or like another one that I read is like this uncle had adopted his nephew kind of because like he's very far away from his sister, and kind of like wanted to repay her because he was raised by his sister, and he was like, let me like repay her, my sister who's single, by like taking care of her son, my nephew. Yeah, since he don't have like a father figure in his life, like I would love to like be his father figure. Yeah. Yeah. So like stories like that just sounds like very wholesome, and like just shows that everybody is going through something. Everybody has a story, and I'm like, I love and value the people that are around me. So like, and I want to like share their story. Ooh, so that's kind of like
share their story.
Yeah. So Humans of New York is like a direct inspiration, but also like me like listening to interviews and always like late at night, like looking up Wikipedia, like about artists or even like actors or like anybody. If any kind of question comes up about someone, I'm like, oh, I wonder like what's going on about this. Ooh. Yeah, or this person, like how did they know this person? Yeah,
I think it correlates with what we were talking about before, how you said like getting to know the artists more through their music.
Yeah,
and it's also another means of doing that, their interviews.
Yeah.
The direct words
and
as well.
Yeah, I think, and also like there's artists that I think I like them as a person more than like their music.
Interesting.
Yeah, like they're more interesting as a person than their music. I can't think of a person off the top of my head like that I'm like, I never seen their movies, but they're cool as a person, you know.
Or vice versa.
Vice versa, yeah. I guess the most recent one is Tokisha. You know who Tokisha is? Oh, she's a reggaeton rapper. she's from the DR. We laugh because she's crazy. Yeah? Tokisha is crazy. Okay. But like she's interesting as a person. And her story is very interesting, but I don't know any of her songs. I don't know any of her songs, but that's one person that I can think of off the top of my head who I'm like, okay, I can. She's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, like I know she's a singer, but that's it. Yeah,
that's interesting. How much you can reveal about the person. And perhaps too much, you know, like you might not like them if you see an interview versus their music. I don't know, or vice versa.
Trying to think. Yeah. You thinking about a reverse?
Yeah, a reverse. Yeah.
That I like that music, but not that person.
Correct.
It's not that I don't like them. I just don't understand. I guess Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of people don't
yeah, not that. I don't like him. He's just very misunderstood. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. He's a very conflicting person. Like his interviews are interesting because he's a very conflicting person. But his music too. He's good at his craft. He's good at what he does. You know. Yeah.
I loved what is it? Sunday Service.
Yeah, remember? Sunday Service. Yeah. That album.
That's the last, I think, album
music. I love
it.
Same.
Hearing it on Sundays on the way to church hits differently.
Yeah.
Paradise. Ooh. Let's go.
It touches you like the beats and the song itself. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The question was, how did you get into podcasting?
Yeah.
You said learning more about the person.
Yeah.
Direct inspirations.
Yeah. And being bored. Yeah. Wanting to find something to do.
And letting people tell their story.
Letting people tell their story. Because everybody has a story. Everybody is going through something. Even like the most horrible people, I guess, like they have a story. Like what helped them get to that point of like being the way that they are, you know. Whoa. Or people, yeah.
I agree.
It's like villains. Villains have a story. Yeah.
There's a reason why. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. Whoa, that's so interesting. Yeah, I feel we relate on that a lot. Mm-hmm. Like when I go see a new artist, like in Austin, when I go to a concert, like I love seeing interviews just to learn more about the person. Mm-hmm. And of course, listen to the music. Mm-hmm. But I agree. Like I agree with what you said. Like everyone has a story, and I think that's what like the Humans of New York is good at portraying. That like. Not only are they inspiring, but they're very realistic stories. Yeah, some of them are very sad. But I feel like what hits me the most is that it's wholesome and it like teaches you or allows you to see that we're all much more similar than we are different.
For sure. Yeah, there's different people, different walks of life, speak different languages, like different from different cultures. You know, everybody is going through a lot of the similar things. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what color you are. Yes, everybody goes through the similar thing. Yeah, and I think that's cool. Yes. And I would like. I just hate that there are people who don't dislike a group of people based on like the color of their skin or like who they prefer to date or like, I don't know, just stuff like that. I don't understand the hate. Yeah.
I agree. I feel like podcasting, interviews, talking is a way to like. Heal and connect
connect with other people.
Open-ended conversation will change the world.
Yeah, and that's why I like music a lot because that's like a universal language in a way.
Ooh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah, it's one of the ways you can connect with people.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I also like. I love that it's also giving you opportunity.
Yeah.
To be able to like connect with someone.
Yeah.
As well.
For sure. Like
podcast.
having similar, podcasts and having similar interests, or like, I don't know if somebody have a lot of insight on a topic that I'm not familiar with. Like, I want to ask them, like, pick their brain about it. Yes. That's another reason why I let people on. You know, pick their brain about a certain topic that I'm interested in, or that I don't know too much about. Yeah. And I can learn from that. That's why that's why it's good, I guess, to meet somebody who's different from you, like, or like extreme for you. Like, you get to pick their brain about why this and not that, or like, you know, just, I guess, understand the why a little bit better.
Yeah, you mentioned that before. Like, you want a variety of people to interview. And that's a good goal to have.
Oh yeah,
for the future of the podcast.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, I like that. Okay, I guess more into like, you've really touched on it, like direct inspirations. Like, what are other iconic interviewers that you also found inspiration in?
Yeah.
You want to touch on those?
Lately, the people that I've been getting into, most of them are like music, but others just about life. So like the music ones is Terrell from the Terrell Show. He has a game that he'll play, but like in between those games, he'll like interview the artists that he has on the show, whether they're a producer or a singer or a musician. He'll like just try to get to their story, how they started. Same with his is like the Terrell Show. So then R&B Money podcast. I love the R&B Money podcast.
Okay. I haven't heard of it. Okay, tell me
it's with Tank, the singer, and Jay Valentine, who he's more known to be a producer, but he does like a lot of background. He usually do more background back in the day, like in the 90s and early 2000s. And then he became a producer, and he's known to mainly be a producer with Tank, who's a singer. So now they're flipped. So soon, like, Jay Valentine will be the singer and Tank is going to be the producer. Okay. But they have the R&B Money brand, and one of that is the podcast. Uh-huh. And they just get all their R&B friends, whether it's another producer or singer, and they just, again, tell their story from beginning to end. And they have like little games at the end where they pick their brain about like top 5 R&B singers, top 5 R&B albums. If they could make a Voltron, like, who would be part of Voltron to do the vocals, performance, passion, their style, what would that look like? And then like just little stories is called I ain't saying no names because they can't say the person name involved in the story. But they can tell the story. It's just, and like Tank is hilarious. They both are hilarious, but Tank he makes it fun. And like it's more of a conversation. It's not like a question and answer. It's just more of a conversation. I like that aspect about that podcast. And it's a fact about, I know everything about R&B because that's like my favorite genre. That's what I grew up listening to, R&B, and like different forms of R&B. So like, I just feel like it's good for R. That's a good podcast for R&B nerd, R&B money. I guess a podcaster, another one about music, Zach Sang show. Okay. He's like a XM radio host, but he has on people, not just R&B, but like just pop culture.
Ooh, okay.
One's about life. I listen to Mayim Bialik. She's an artist, not an artist. She's an actor. Y'all probably know her from like The Big Bang Show. She plays Sheldon's girlfriend. Okay. She also used to be on a show called Blossom, from the 90s. But not too many people know this, but she's also like a neuroscientist. Whoa. Like she has a PhD in like neuroscience. So she has a lot of like therapists on her show. She has like a lot of actor friends, a lot of people in health, and she like, yeah, she wants to make light of like what they do as people, but like she always somehow finds like the gems from somebody's life or what they learned or like what they know about certain things. And yeah, so she likes to pick people brain like that.
What's her podcast called?
It's called I'm trying to think of her theme song. Breaking It Down. I think it's Breaking It Down with Mayim Bialik.
Okay.
Yeah, because the song is like break it down.
Wow. Okay, now I see how you got inspiration for yours. It's also singing.
Yeah, a lot of
the title of the show.
Yeah, like there's a lot of theme music in the beginning of the show. Terrell's his intro is kind of similar to like Raven from the Raven show intro, how he like move in it. R&B Money is just somebody yelling R&B Money, and it's like somebody clapping. Okay. Tank, Jake Valentine. It's just clapping, and it's like, ooh yeah.
Okay.
And then break it down. It's like you gotta have a catchy. I learned you have to have a catchy theme song to your podcast. Yeah. The name of my podcast I got inspired by it's a song from the 90s from I can't think of the group name, but they have a song called and Busta Rhymes was in this group. Q-Tip, who's also a rapper, was in this group. Why can't I think of that name? But they have a song that's called "Here We Go, Yo." Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? And each of them are like just telling them like just rapping. I gotta show you the video.
Yeah.
It's a long song because it's a big group of people. But yeah, then in that song, it's like a line that Busta Rhymes is always known about. It's like rah 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 rah. Like the Dungeon Dragon, like Nicki Minaj was like rah rah like a Dungeon Dragon. Yeah. She got it from that song. Anyways, from Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
Anyways,
I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, that's why it was Here We Go. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Tidbit information of the origins of your
my
intro song.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like Here We Go, like it's kind of like it can be used in different ways. Like here we go, like this is what it is, like the facts, or like, oh, here we go, like something happened. Like it can be used in different moods. So that's why I decided to set on that.
I like that.
Okay, Zach Sang, Mayim Bialik. I've been listening to Dax Shepard. He interviews like a lot of different people, kind of similar to Mayim Bialik. Is he the one married to Kristen Bell?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the same one. And it's also him and they have this real relationship with this Monica Padman. I think she's an actress too. Okay. But they kind of in like a weird throuple. They always joke around how they're in a throuple with Kristen Bell. That just give you an idea of how close they are.
I got you.
Yeah. How involved in each other's lives they are. He interviews like a lot of people, and he's not afraid of like asking the hard questions, and he kind of prefaces it in a way that he is coming from a genuine place of like wondering and not like trying to accuse them or anything or like being judgmental or anyway. He lets it know like this is clearly like just a genuine question. So I like that about him. That's why I listen to his stuff. His directness and honesty and like just literally not afraid to ask any question. So yeah, those are the podcasts that I've been listening to lately.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and or like videos type of interviews. Angie Martinez, she's a radio host, and she has this thing called In Real Life where she just like it's kind of like a therapy session for like her and her like celebrity friends
in real life.
Yeah, in real life, and basically just learning about the artist on a very personal level, like to like how you cope with stuff, or like what bugs you about the industry, or like just really goes in with different questions, like how do they overcome certain things, and while also like kind of promoting like whatever they're doing with, you know, with their brand, but like just trying to focusing on self without being too invasive. Like
That's always
very
a fine
particular.
line,
Yeah, it's always a fine line. But
I've seen like, I like how you mentioned all these inspirations, and I feel like there's elements of these various podcasts that I see in yours as well.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice that you've been able to draw inspiration from many
yeah, I can't.
examples.
I'm a sampler. I can't just choose one person to directly like pull from. That's how I like just live life. I can't like just, if someone tells me to do something, I was like, I need to research this for myself to how I would approach something. I can't just like just go based about what one person tells me. I gotta like pull out all my resources and see if like there's some kind of similar thing that's being said here. What can I learn from this piece of information? Educate myself. Like my mom always said, like, she mainly pertaining to the Bible, but it's like, yeah, you can go to church and you can listen to what the preacher says about like a certain book or a certain verse, but like until you read the book or the verse yourself, you won't know the truth. Well, so I kind of like apply that to like all aspects of my life. Like if I want to know, for example, about how I don't know how the AC works, let me like pull up a YouTube video, or let me like find a book about this particular AC system, or like you know, let me ask a AC technician and just pull from all of that except for just one resource.
I like that. You apply it to many aspects of your life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Like recently, like I've been having like trouble with my menstrual cycle, and like it's gotten intense. Really? Well, it has been intense in the past. Bad? Yeah. No, it's not. It's good now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I've been reading. I've been reading, and what I've been like before, like I would get like really, really bad pains, or like I wouldn't be able to work for like 2 days in a row, or like I'll have to call out. Like I'll be throwing up all the time, or like just feeling really weak, or like on the verge of passing out, and I'll go to the ER, like, but like ever since I've been taking vitamin D, according to 2 books that I read, plus like the 2 like different types of doctors, is like I hear like vitamin D works, you know. So like I've been taking vitamin D and my periods have been great.
Wow! Oh my god!
No pain. Little to no pain.
Need a mask.
Little to no pain. So yeah.
Wow! I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad you read up on it. And you various.
Yeah, just book called The Women's Code, and also like The Sacred Woman.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Sacred Woman. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Taught me.
I'm glad you're better.
Like there's more to just, you know, than just vitamin D, but vitamin D is actually like, it plays a part in a lot of different parts in your body.
Wow. How's your mood, like in general, like have you felt happier?
With vitamin D, I don't know, it's my mood.
Okay.
Yeah, mood change. No, I don't. I guess I feel good. You know, I'm not miserable. I'm not like irritable. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Not the opposite. You didn't
No. I don't feel depressed or anything. Yeah.
I've been taking fish oil.
Okay.
Daily. I don't know what the dose is, but it's huge.
Yeah, no, fish oil pills are huge.
Sometimes I don't look forward to it, but
because of how big they are.
They're big.
Yeah.
But I self-diagnosed myself with ADD.
Okay.
Only because my younger brother has recently been diagnosed with ADHD.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like it runs in the family. Mm-hmm. Just because like I notice I easily forget things if I don't make a list. I was telling Yaz, like if I cut fruit for coworkers the night before and I leave it on the fridge, and if I don't put an alarm to pack it to take it to work the next morning, I forget. Whoa. And so many times I find myself saying like, "Oh, I hate forgetting," but it's like I think I might.
ADD.
But my mom read up. She was recommended that as well, and so she read up on it. And she says it helps with people with ADHD. And so I mean I haven't seen an improvement I heard you had to take it for a month, but I'll let you know in 2 weeks.
It takes a while for it to kick in. Like if you consistently, because that's how long. Because I started the vitamin D, I guess, like right after my last cycle. I guess not this past, but right after the previous cycle I had. So like, yeah, I took it every single day, and like by the time my next cycle had came up, like I was like, wait, I don't feel anything.
Wow.
This feels great. Let me keep
Wow.
up with like this is all it took. Like, cause I didn't change anything else about my diet.
Okay.
So it does take stuff. You have to be consistent with stuff in order for stuff to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If I remember to take that fruit out.
That's cool. That you learn. Yeah, knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
knowledge,
it's important.
Beautiful. I remember you mentioned going back to like iconic in podcasting interviews and interview styles. I remember you mentioned the Lipton. What's his name?
Oh yeah, James Lipton. Okay,
Actor Circle,
yeah, actor studio with James Lipton. Yes, he's also like a big, cause like he literally like he comes to the interview, has like a stack, like a huge stack of index cards, and it kind of intimidates the actor when you first see it. He's like, whoa, like what you got there? And he's like just looking and flipping through. He's very calm.
Wow.
Very calm guy. I used to watch his interviews a lot because I just liked his style, and it wasn't like any other interview, and he would always bring up like tidbits of information that like even the actors like, how do you even know this, you know? So yeah. Yeah, James Lipton is very
I
he's
like
a
that.
huge inspiration too.
I think that's a good source of inspiration for I think people wanting to start new podcasts, just to observe that style of interviewing.
Yeah,
like knowing your interviewee well.
Yeah, for sure. And he's the inspiration for the 5 ending questions. Because I didn't want to, and also he got that from like this French French journalist that he would ask from like
a long time
1890s. He got that. There's like a list of questions that it tells you what a person's outlook is on life, and the questions that I use are very different than the questions that James Lipton used, because he directly took those questions, but yeah, it just tells a person's outlook on life, the list of questions that he had.
Oh, that's
from the French
for that
journalist. Yeah, he had like 10 questions, but I think James Lipton had just brought it down to 5 or
to get a grasp on their outlook on life.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that. Wow, I've yet to watch a full episode, but
yeah, because they're long.
Me. Yeah,
they're long. They're about an hour.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're about his interview. I guess the one that's the most well known is the Robin Williams one, because literally like it was barely any questions asked, because Robin Williams, he's just like a wild comedian, and he did like 20 or 30 different characters throughout the whole interview. And so like,
wow,
because the point of that, it was just because he's filming in front of film students.
Okay.
Film students.
Oh, wow.
It was at one university they would hold the actor studio in. And so it was mainly film students. So after the interview, like he'll pull from the audience so they can learn about technique and information from the artist.
Was
or
he
about
a professor there or teacher?
I don't think he taught.
Okay, they just gave him the space.
Yeah, they gave him the space to do that. I don't think I'm not sure.
Okay,
honestly, but yeah.
But I like what you said. Like he truly did research about the.
Oh yeah, he went in.
The actor.
Yeah.
Themselves kind of reminds me more modern. The what is it? The Hot Wings guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sean Evans.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel he does a good job.
Hot Ones. Yeah, and his questions are very unique
to the person.
Very unique to the person. The way he asks his questions is very different. It's not as straightforward. It's very intricate. Yeah. How he asks his questions, and I think that's cool. The most recent I think I watched was the Jennifer Lawrence one, and I'm almost finished with the John Mulaney one. Yeah.
But I remember the one where he interviewed Pedro Pascal.
Oh yeah, Pedro Pascal.
Yes, yeah. And like I love when the famous person says like, wait, how do you know about that?
Right.
Like, I love that. Like, I feel it might give him some satisfaction knowing, like, wow, like I researched in depth.
Yeah, about this person that
Yeah.
they didn't think that I would know that.
Yeah, because he asked
or
Pedro.
have that kind of insight.
Yes. He asked Pedro about about some theater group he was a part of in like high school or like early college. He's like, wait, how do you know about this theater? And, like, I love that. So
yeah, I wonder how they get that information too. Like, do they reach out to like family members or like close circle people and got that info?
How does that work?
Yeah, I wonder how that works.
Yeah, like tell me a bit about that person.
I know with my guests, like I kind of just know them really well, but also like just based on like just being around them, like I don't make assumptions, but I'm still like intrigued or like want to know more about that part of them. Or like just questions that I always want to ask them, but like it's just never been a good time to do so. So sorry, we took a brief break and then I forgot. But I just thought of another person that I listen to or watch, and it's Drink Champs with Nori. Yeah, they call it Drink Champs because all they do is drink, but they I like learning about, that's more about rap artists, because he has a lot of like rap artists come on, but he's also had like the Isley Brothers and Patti LaBelle on there, so it was like anybody can really come on his show and talk about whatever. So yeah, it's Nori and his DJ EFN. Noriega, he's a rap. He used to be a rap artist. He kind of came up with like Nas and Jay-Z, like late mid to late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. Drink Champs is another one that I pulled. Yeah.
Okay.
Pull from.
I'll look into that. I've been writing down all these podcasts. I have no more space on my papers. Stop suggesting. Just kidding.
Yeah, I listen to I watch a lot of stuff. I don't watch shows too much.
Wow.
I listen to interviews.
I like the one you sent me on about that Jessie Reyes gave on.
Oh yeah, TED Talk.
TED Talk.
Yeah,
wow.
The TED Talk was her. It was a short amount of time, but like very powerful.
It was very short.
Yeah, and two of it, like probably like 8 minutes of it, was song, and she did like a 3-minute like talking.
She started with the song and then talked a little bit and ended.
And with a song, yeah. So yeah, it's very meaningful. So I used to watch TED Talks a lot, but not so much, I guess. Like, yeah. I don't know why I stopped watching TED Talks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's another good form of, not that it's an interview. Yeah. But also someone telling their story.
Yeah. Telling their story.
I think there's also beauty in that too.
Yeah.
Well, so much good material out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can segue to the next topic. Why is it that you love like storytelling and like love learning about people, right? Like more in depth about like your background and your family life. Like,
I guess because I was sheltered. Like I couldn't do nothing else. Like my mom was always holding us down, like wanting us to stay in one spot. She didn't really trust a lot of people that we can be around, so I never like really did like a lot of sleepovers. If anything, like everybody would come to us because my mom can actually watch everything. Not that she was like a helicopter mom, I wouldn't put it like that, but she just always wanted us to be in the best environment. Like we always went to the best schools. And like when she would take us to somebody else's place, like she would be outside waiting. So I think it's because of my shelter upbringing that I'm like I couldn't do anything else, or like besides play video games or do my homework, or listen to music. I like that. So I think it's because of that I'm like I just had the internet to look up stuff and learn about stuff. I didn't start reading until like later in my adult life because I was never really a reader. I can like I would rather read a graphic novel or like watch a video than to read. So I'm slowly learning how to read.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I would have never known that. I
Yeah.
feel like you're good at books.
Yeah, I mean, now that
Okay.
I am, like, I try to be.
Or you enjoy reading. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Learning to enjoy reading. I'm not very fast with, like, read, because I had to study it. I had to annotate stuff and see how I can apply this to my life.
Mm.
So it takes me a while to read through a book. If I'm really interested in it's in a tone that I can take in easily, I can read it faster.
That's why I love audiobooks.
Yeah.
For me, I can relate. I feel like I'm such a slow reader.
Yeah. Audiobooks. I'm very particular about voices.
Yeah. Okay.
So
You're like
not all audiobooks I can do. I guess the people that I listen to, they have a really good audio voice that I can take in.
Okay.
Like, I will literally stop watching a video or, like, looking at an interview if I can't stand a person's voice, or even listen to a song if I can like, this voice is, like, really irking me. So yeah.
Okay, it depends on the voice.
Yeah,
okay.
It depends on the voice for audiobooks. Yeah.
I can't remember the last audiobook I heard.
The last audiobook that I got from
you?
the app was from Emmanuel Ocho.
Okay.
Or Acho? Ocho?
Oh,
I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Acho? I don't know.
Acho. But he has a YouTube channel called Uncomfortable Conversation with the Black Man, but also he has an audio book. I think it's based on his book that he did.
Okay.
And yeah, I listened to that book. It was very cool, interesting. Yeah.
Did he have a good voice?
Yeah, he has a good, solid voice. Yeah.
Okay, good.
He has a good voice.
I
went into. I've seen all his and listened to all his videos. And yeah.
I've seen a few of his episodes. That's another good example of, like, asking
the
uncomfortable questions.
Yeah, uncomfortable questions. I don't know if I try to steer away from that or not. Like, I want it to be a good conversation. It's just like, if someone, I don't like to make people uncomfortable. Yeah, but like, if I can bring it up in the best way, then I'm willing to have the conversation. It's just all about that other person. Yeah,
their openness. I agree.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a conversation if both people in the party aren't open. Yeah,
for sure.
I agree. But I guess also I can dive deeper into the question, like, how has your faith, you think, allowed you to value a person's story?
I feel like with my upbringing, like, I was raised as a Christian. So I have some values in that, but not that I don't live a Christian life, but, like, I don't read the Bible often. I guess I'm not a practicing Christian. I can say that. But, like, I'm still, like, willing to help people. I'm still, like, here for people. I'm still listening. I'm still, like, respectful of people and understanding. And I'm open myself, to, like, I'm not trying to judge nobody. Like, but I'm able to. I think, like, there's no good and bad. I think, like, there's a best scenario in any scenario, I guess you can say. Like, for, like, in the circumstance, like, this is the best thing to do. Okay. So I kind of go by that lifestyle, like that moral or that rule, or, like, also, like, the golden rule, like, do unto others that you would want someone to do to you. Like, I kind of go by that too. So yeah, I guess I try not to judge people and like just be open.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question or not. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's where I was trying to direct the question. Like, it allows you to have a sense of receptivity towards the person.
Yeah, for sure. And not really shut them out.
Correct. Not that it's particular to just Christians.
Yeah, no.
It allows you that platform.
Right.
To be able to be receptive of what the diversity of God's children. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we, I guess, live in his image. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Just because, like,
or what you, like, everybody has an intuition. Like, what you feel is right is right,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I guess this question comes from like I love learning about like or reading like comedians' autobiographies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've read the Trevor Noah one.
Mm-hmm.
I started reading the Tina Fey.
Mm-hmm.
Or even just like stories. I just finished the Viola Davis one, Becoming Viola.
Yeah,
Becoming something.
Yeah, I think it's called Becoming.
Yeah,
I think it's just called Becoming. Maybe.
I just
But
finished
yeah.
reading that, but I just love reading about the person. But more in particular about comedians, because I've seen correlations between like some of my favorite comedians are people who have like a good like sense of not a sense of who are funny, like a good humor. So
Yeah.
those who have good humor, I feel like we're most likely or are practicing or non-practicing, like have a Catholic background or
Mhm.
Jewish background foundation.
Mhm. Yeah, like Mayim Bialik, she's Jewish. Who else? Terrell, the first person I mentioned,
Mhm.
he's Baptist. He was raised Baptist.
Mhm. That's interesting. Yeah. So I also wonder that as well
Right.
of like people who are good interviewers.
Yeah.
What is it about their upbringing that allowed
Right.
them
To
seek and want to learn more about the person?
Right. Right.
So like having a good foundation allows comedians to have good humor because they're able
Mhm.
to see like make fun of like the difficulties
The
and the sufferings
stuff.
in life,
Yeah.
right? Like
you gotta laugh to get through.
laugh
the
to get
pain.
through. Yeah, they understand more than others. Like
Right.
laugh through the pain, right?
Right,
And
right,
so yeah, how does that also translate to like good interviewers? Yeah, and so yeah, how does that reflect on you as well?
I guess like just I like being inspired, like getting inspiration for stuff, or like learn. Like I said, like learning about stuff. I guess I like to know things. I don't know if that's like based on faith or like based on my interests. Because like with science, like you see the function of things, but you want to know the how behind the function of how this thing work. I guess that's more my scientific brain than like my faith. I guess like my faith just shows like I guess like you see it through my interaction with people or like through the people that I hang around. But I think it's like I guess it's my interest that like makes me more intrigued about this thing or like this person or yeah. I don't know if that answered your question or not. I think that's what it is.
Previously you said like you don't feel like you're a practicing Christian, but I would say I feel like you are, right? Because
Really?
you seek to know the person in their core.
Yeah.
And like
I try to see the good in people.
I think I would consider that being a good Christian.
Oh, okay.
Right, like
Everyone's
being
human.
compassionate towards a person. Like, yeah, that might be lashing out at me, but maybe something's going on.
Right.
Like seeing beyond what's being shown to you at the moment.
Right. Like I try not to take everything personal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like maybe there's something in that person's upbringing that they haven't healed from, or like maybe something happened right before this moment and like that whatever was said between me and them, or like whatever happened, like something happened right before this that like me saying something to them was like the last straw.
Yeah.
Or it's
a trauma response. Maybe their mother yelled at them the same way they were yelled at by a boss, and they just reacted that they lashed out as well.
Right. It could literally be anything. So I try not to take anything too personal, you know. Yeah.
I find that interesting too. Yeah. Backgrounds of like comedians, actors, interviewers. Yeah.
I don't know. I try to be as good as I can. I try. My role is like as long as I'm not like physically harming anybody, or like doing something that would affect the other person, like I'm okay. I think I'm doing okay. Yeah. I'm not trying to intentionally hurt people.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I try. Ultimately, that's what I live by. If I'm not physically harming nobody or like directly affecting them or intentionally harming or affecting them, then yeah.
Well, I like that.
That's what I try to go by. I feel like I'm just more spiritual. I think we had this conversation. I'm more spiritual than religious.
Religious, yeah.
Yeah. I just have my thing about religion.
Wait.
It's fine.
Something
It's
fell.
fine.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Okay, we can segue to our first question from your
My
adoring fans.
Okay, I'm excited and
Your
ready
many
for
fans, who I happen to see on the daily, aka your previous coworkers. This question is from Stephanie.
Okay.
Stephanie
Steph
Matthews.
Matthews.
So can I press play?
Yeah, you can press.
Put the
I admire your willingness to go back to school and continue learning, but I'm interested or curious in what is making you pursue a career in healthcare when you have obvious passions to do broadcasting or just something that allows you to be more creative and free.
That's tough. Because I feel like I've been pursuing this for a long time. Like, I went to a high school that's, like, it's a magnet school. So they mainly focus on math and science. Also, like, in college, like, even going back to, like, elementary school, like, I was always interested in, like, in science. And I was good at math, but I didn't see like a future, and I didn't know like what kind of thing you can do with math. And like in college, like I got a forensic science degree just because like my family they own my mom's side of the family owns a funeral home, and like I was like, oh, I can be a medical examiner, you know, because that's like the most similar position. But I don't know, I guess it was just like available at the time. And I also like I feel like I'm like my mom's side of the family, they're more entrepreneurial like spirits, and then my dad's side of the family, they more like with the community. They were all like firefighters, and currently like my dad like co-owns an ambulance service and is in the healthcare business in a way. And like my grandfather, got a picture of him right here. He passed away recently.
He's watching over me.
Literally. He literally watching over me. He was an entrepreneur. Like he had like 5 different businesses before he got to the funeral home. So it's like,
wow.
I don't know. Like I feel like me, you know, being in healthcare is like just a direct. Just literally, it's in my blood. I just feel like it's just in my blood. But I feel like I'm not as proficient in like podcasting, even though I've done like a lot of research on like sound and like what equipment I need, and like I have an interest in music. I've always loved music, and I always love like again learning about music. So I guess I'm still kind of navigating that, and I've really been pushing myself. I'm like, why can't I guess you need money. Like it's hard out here. Like I need money, and so like I really have to invest in myself and get to a good spot financially, or like just really trust myself that I can do something like this. I guess I haven't fully like committed to it, or like fully like dove into it, and I feel like I need a safety net.
It was a good start.
Yeah, just kind of transition into it.
Yes, you're investing in yourself. This is great equipment.
Yeah, thank you.
I was very highly impressed. Yes, you're investing. Yes, in your passions.
Yeah,
I agree.
So I don't know. I need to figure it out. That's a good question.
Thank you, Steph.
Thank you, Steph Matthews.
Okay, and then this is question number 2.
Okay.
It's the last one. This person has decided to remain anonymous.
Okay.
So let me play it.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Hello, Alicia. I got a question for you. The submersible, would you have gotten on it? Huh?
I know who this was. No, I would not got on that submarine. Oh my god.
He calls himself Anonymous.
Anonymous. It's from Anonymous.
Do Do you know who it is?
Yes, I know who it is. That person cannot hide himself. But no, like, okay, so I didn't even know that happened until like a day not, well, when it was going on, like the day that I guess the news came out. One of my coworkers was like, did you hear about this submarine breaking down or breaking underwater? I was like, for the what the question was, it was like, it's a submarine, it's supposed to be underwater, like why would it have a issue underwater? Yeah, why would it have a problem if it's made to be underwater? So yeah, I had to like look into it, and I saw more of the memes than the actual story about this thing.
I don't really know much about it.
So like it's this company, it's called Ocean Gate, and it's been around since like 2019, I think. So this is not the first time. But I guess like maybe this guy, I don't know if this guy trying to resemble the Ocean Gate one or like what it was, but like there was a lot of people that was supposed to be on this submarine, and they heard about the safety precautions of this submarine, and it just sounded unsafe. It's like it had portions that it was missing a lot of features that should have been on the submarine. Like they should have had more windows if they want to see like the Titanic. That was the point of it, to go see like the sunken ship, the Titanic, which like people don't even know exactly where it is. Like it could be any kind of ship. It's not the Titanic. That's a mystery on its own. Like it could be any ship. That wasn't the Titanic.
Already false.
Right.
Advertisement.
Yeah. And then too, like it was controlled by a game controller. It didn't say like specifically what kind of controller, but it was like a game. So it could have been a PlayStation controller, an Xbox, like an old Sega controller. Like it could be any kind of controller. So that's two. I don't think they had like any like connection to any kind of point. You know how like airports, they have like a controller that they can like talk to and switch between from. There was nothing like that. I don't know the parts of the submarine, but it was missing some part that's needed for a submarine. So based on all this,
based on all that,
like,
would you have gotten on?
No,
Yes
I
or
would
no?
not have gotten on. No, not at all.
Listen, you're listening, Anonymous.
No, I would not get on that submarine. You cannot pay me any kind of money to get on the submarine. I'm already afraid of the water myself. So like, yeah, I would never do that. No, I would never do that.
Thank you for your question. Next.
Right.
Okay, we can finish with the 5 open-ended questions that you give your interviewers. The first question is, what confuses you?
Nyla be confusing me sometimes. My dog, Nyla.
What
She's
did you
like,
do?
she just be whining, and like most of the time I know what she's whining about because she wants to go outside. But I'm like, does she want to go outside because she's bored, she wants to play, or does she want to go outside because she actually needs to go to the restroom? So sometimes she confuses me. I guess on a more, deeper level, like so I be having dreams, and sometimes I don't know, my dreams confuse me in a sense. Like I don't know if it's showing me this because something's about to happen, or like it's showing me this because these are my deeper feelings that I need to like get over, or like confront these feelings. So like my dreams be confusing me. I guess like just snake dreams, because like when there's a snake, I know like it's either currently happened or it's about to happen. That's the only two reasons.
Okay.
And like it depends on like what kind of snake, the color of the snake, with the snake, my interaction with the snake in a dream. If it's a 2-headed snake, I know like there's a decision that I had to make.
Okay.
But like my interaction with the snake tells me whether it's good or bad, or like the outcome would be good or bad, or like I would experience some kind of bad emotion about it, if that makes sense. If it doesn't bite me, then I know like it's not it's not horrible, Yeah.
Prophetic dreams.
Yeah.
Would you ever own a snake?
No, I would never own a snake. But I would never do a snake. The most I would do, the most reptile either a turtle or a lizard. I can do those. Turtles or lizards.
A mini turtle.
Yeah, not no big tortoise or anything. Even though I commend those people who have tortoises, and yeah, they look like they're fun. They live a long time too, so yeah. If you build a bond with a tortoise, like it'll be cool. Yeah, lifetime friend. Yeah.
It has a longer life expectancy. I guess it depends on the
Yeah,
species,
it depends
but
on the tortoise. Yeah, but they live for like hundreds of years.
they'll outlive you.
Yeah,
take care of
yeah,
you.
they'll outlive you. Yeah, you gotta find somebody to take care of them.
That's deep. Does prophetic dreams run in your family? Mom, dad?
They don't tell me about their dream. Oh well, my dad told me that when I think I think he told me like when before my grandmother passed away, like she was feeling pain on like her arm or something, and like in his dream like he got hit in the same arm. Yeah, that she was feeling pain in.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I guess that's something.
It reminds me of a story. I don't know if I've told it before, but one of my friends, she mentioned a similar prophetic dream that her mom had about her niece, which is my friend's cousin. Mm-hmm. But in the dream, unfortunately, she passed. But in the dream, she was like, what is it? Stabbed to death. Yeah. And that same day it happened. I don't know if it was the same hour, but it was the same day. Whoa. The mother, my friend's mom, so her aunt, had she felt like pain, like a lot of intense chest pain. Whoa, in her dreams.
That's crazy.
And she woke up and found out the next day that her niece had passed.
Oh,
due
wow.
to, stabbing.
Whoa.
So I don't know if they were necessarily, I don't know how close they were as well emotionally.
Right.
But it kind of reminds me of that. Like,
right.
Another family member feels the pain.
Right.
Of another family member.
Right.
That's happening physically.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, my dreams confuses me. And my dog.
And my dog. I like the responses. Okay, question 2. When's the last time you cried?
Recently. Yeah.
A lot or a little?
A lot. Yeah. I mean, I tear up all the time. I tear up all the time. I call myself a thug, but I'm not. I'm a teddy bear. I'm a soft thug. I'm a teddy thug. But yeah,
it's necessary to cry.
Yeah, it's good to let it out. I usually let it out by singing songs in the shower, but it's good to like physically, get stuff out.
I agree.
Yeah, any kind of emotion. Yeah,
I agree. When's the last time you laughed hard?
I'm trying to think something Yaz said the other day that was funny, but I can't think of what that thing was. I can't think of what that thing was. It was from because it's about these pants.
What's wrong with you?
Because these are new. These are new.
Okay.
And when I wear stuff, if they're not smelling, I'm going to wear it days in a row. So I've worn these pants 3 days in a row.
Oh, I didn't know.
No shame. I have no shame. Clothes I'm meant to be wear multiple times. I commit to that. I'm wearing them days in a row until they get stinky, or if like I'm playing in somewhere, like I'm somewhere that was smelly for some reason.
I like the outfit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Blue lady.
But she told me she was like, it's giving you said the Holocaust? It's giving Holocaust. Okay, give a description.
Okay.
These look like the 30s like newspaper boy like vibes.
Thin stripes going up and down.
Yeah, thin stripes going up and down. Got deep pockets. That's why I like them. I don't know what material they are, but they're pretty thick. They're pretty solid.
Cotton, yeah, they're
like,
thick.
But it's comfortable too. Like I don't mind. Like in this heat, like I still feel cool.
Okay.
So it's good material. Yeah, she was like, it's giving Holocaust, and I was like, it's giving railroad. It's giving
Oh,
minor.
you
Yeah.
punch back that time.
Yeah.
Railroad.
Yeah. So that was the last time that I laughed hard. It was a couple days ago.
I see it now. Like the movie The Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Yeah.
It
had
similar
stripes.
pieces.
It had stripes.
Now I can unsee it.
No offense, not to make fun of the Holocaust. That was a very intense, very evil,
Sad
dark thing to do. But like we said, laughing through the pain, not talking about that, just the time period, the Holocaust time period, like the 30s, late 30s, early 40s vibe.
I like them.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, okay. I guess the last time I laughed hard in the past week. Yeah, last week. It happened around perhaps 2 weeks ago. But all of my current employees already know this story. Or coworkers know this story, but you haven't heard it. So this is a good story to tell. So I moved back home, and now my commute is 30 minutes.
Okay.
And so by the time I get home, like, it's already dark in the neighborhood. So it's around 9 p.m. when I get home in the neighborhood. And it's like more residential houses.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was driving home, and I noticed a car following me within the past, like, they took the same 2 turns that I had taken. So within the past 2 blocks, I noticed they were following me.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed they were following me because I was putting my signal and they weren't.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Mm.
what? I was like, this never happened. My neighborhood isn't necessarily sketch. At least I don't think it is. But,
Right.
So I live in my street is like the letter C, right? So
Okay.
like, I live off this little curb where it's like this little cul-de-sac. I live off that little curb,
Okay.
which means that like our driveway is very long.
Right.
So therefore, I like to back up into it. So I drive into the little curve to give me space to back up into it.
Right.
I hope it's making sense for your
Yeah,
listeners.
yeah.
But so the car was following me, and we turn into my street, and so I try to get out of his way, thinking he's going to turn left into the continuation of the C street.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of like dip to the right, thinking he's going to take off. Right?
Right.
No, he dips as well. So then I was like, okay, maybe he's just trying to do a U-turn to come out from where we came from.
Right.
And no,
He's following you.
he's following me. So we do donuts. I was like, so I would preface this story by, I would call this story an unlikely stalker, like a humorous stalker.
Oh,
Like, I got followed in a funny way. I think.
Yeah. Like, why is he following you doing donuts in the cul-de-sac?
Yes. So there I was like, nobody, you're gonna get dizzy before me.
Right.
So
How many times you went around with
I feel
him?
like twice. But it might have been bored. I
Right.
was just like, is this happening? And I was just like maybe in shock, thinking. I remember thinking, do I need to call my mom to witness this and get me out of this? I don't know why. So
Somebody else. Oh my god.
I can only think what must have the neighbors thought if someone was watching it from a second story building.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
So another coworker joked, he's like, oh, the person who got dizzy first got out first. He got out first, right? I can beat him. I can outdo him. I have 55 miles per gallon in my Prius. But
That was funny.
so I'm assuming it's a he. I just give it the story pronoun, but I don't know if it's male or female because we both have very tinted windows.
Yeah,
and
it's hard to see, and it was at night, right?
It was at night.
Yeah.
So they ended up getting out of the circle, and they park on the street, and they didn't get out. And I'm like, should I drive? And I didn't realize I parked home, and I'm like, shoot, they're gonna know where I live. So
Right.
I didn't get out for a while, and he didn't get out for a while, and I'm like,
Oh god.
so I made a run for it. I ran home, and I was like, Mom, I think I was stalked in a funny way. Well, the story continues. The next day,
Oh no.
I was like, oh my gosh, watch them know what time I come home because I usually always
Yeah.
go
The
home
same
at that time. I see that car parked on the street. It's because I had moved out of the house for a year. I didn't realize we have new neighbors.
Oh.
He's a neighbor.
He's a neighbor. Why was he still going donuts with you?
Yes, my point.
Was he
exactly.
trying to like wait till you park first and then he can park? Like, why was he doing that with you?
So I was thinking, like,
Was he
maybe
bored?
I scared him just as much as he scared me. Like, are you following me? Are you following me?
Right. But he was the one behind you going to the same area.
Yes. Yes. So the day of it happened, the first day it happened, I just
Right.
cracked out loud laughing with my
Right.
mom. Like, I think I was just followed in a funny way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Wow,
laughing
that's
really
weird.
hard. Yeah, it's so weird.
No,
So
it's
watch out,
weird.
guys. Avoid circles. Avoid cul-de-sacs at
Avoid
night.
circles at night.
At night. I remember just stepping down and just like
Just
and I couldn't really see it.
yeah, because you too busy trying to get away from him. That's funny.
Yeah, but that was my last time I laughed hard.
Yeah. moment.
Okay, question number 4. What does Alicia like about Alicia?
Oh, I guess I guess we said it earlier, like my openness, and willingness to learn about anything. Of course, it's like hard to change like habits and stuff, but I try my best to like really like look inside myself and like see like what can I learn from this person or what can I learn from this message that I'm getting, whether it be from like a podcast or like from a random person on the street, you know. Like what sign am I getting right now? Getting to know people, seeing the good in people. Yeah. I try to keep things light. I feel like I suck at small talk. Because I want to always go into deep conversations with people. So yeah. I guess it's my my openness. Mainly my openness.
I like that.
Yeah. And just wanting to care for people, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, last question. Was there any moment in your life you would love to relive?
I guess like my 7th birthday.
Oh, wow, specific. Why?
Because on my 7th birthday, how old? I mean, not how old, but like what year was that? 95, 7. Okay. So like 2002. So I was in the 2nd grade. Before, so I the plan was to go to a roller skating ring, and I like to roller skate, so that was cool. I had my party at a roller skating ring, but before I went to the roller skating ring, my parents had surprised me with my first dog, with Tia. So I got a dog on my 7th birthday, and then it was just a good day full of surprises, and I had my friends, like I had a party with, and we were roller skating, one of my favorite things to do. So like it was just an all around like good day that I often think about, like how much fun I had, how like I got a lot of the things that I wanted, and spend it with the people that I care about, I guess.
I like that.
Yeah.
Especially a dog.
Yeah.
Wow. Was it the first dog?
Yeah, that was my
you got
first
as a
dog.
family?
Yeah. That was my first dog.
Wow, that's why.
Yeah, and
That's a momentous moment.
yeah, and she passed away like my first year of college. Yeah.
Tia. Rest in
And
peace.
on the day on my grandfather's birthday. Yeah.
Whoa. You remember?
Yeah,
The
I
day
remember
too.
all that. Yeah. October 29th, 2013. That's when she passed away.
That day.
Yeah. I
Wow.
think her birthday was in January. January 15th, yeah.
Okay.
Martin
Oh,
Luther
good
King's
memory.
birthday.
Whoa.
It's too many connections.
I love
That's
connections.
I indirectly like history, but like
Yeah.
it's crazy how much a lot of things happen at the same time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would relive my 7th birthday.
Good memory.
Yeah.
Connections. And okay, so this is the added question. This is sent in from your one of your fans.
Okay.
One of your fans, and he asks, "What are 3 people, dead or alive, that you would like to interview in your podcast?"
Oh, that I would like to interview?
Yes.
Dead or alive? Dang, that's 3 people?
Yeah.
That's hard.
To think of just one, you know.
Yeah.
Just one.
Okay.
Okay, deal. Honorary one. Deal.
So one person who's dead, Aaliyah, the singer, because I want to know, because I saw the most recent, part to the whole R. Kelly stuff, and they said like he did some stuff with her, and I just want to know. So I need to hear it from her, and it's just weird about like her family don't talk about it. Like her mom doesn't talk about that, and it's really tough. So like I hope like I could have provided the space for her to tell her story.
Provide the space. I like
Yeah. Beyonce, because she's from Houston, and her work ethic is crazy, and the way she does stuff like whenever there's like a rumor about her, she don't like have to put out a statement or anything. She just like show up like with the whole like cheating scandal with
Mhm.
her Jay-Z, like she literally showed up with her whole family. Like, we're still together, we got a family, we're good, you know. And like even when she was like had a baby, well, like people speculating about her like actually having this baby or not, she came up pregnant. Like she was like, y'all, like this is me, this is real. I'm opening up my belly, like this is real. Like I am pregnant and it's not a surrogate, you know. And like recently too, I saw that her and Kelly Rowland, they gonna like have a whole neighborhood, like they're gonna invest money to build houses for like a new neighborhood for Houston.
Wow.
You know, so I'm just wondering about, like, you know, and what other ways does she give back, you know, to where she comes from.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good question for her.
And like just learn about like her journey through the industry, you know, because we know that her dad got her started, and we have like all these videos of her and like some like documentaries that she put out, but you know, like mainly her thought process and not just like seeing it, you know.
She doesn't give interviews, right? That often? Or
No.
ever? Has she?
She has in her early years.
Okay.
But lately, like since her third album, she has not given like a decent interview. Like she's only done documentaries.
Wow.
She's probably only done like 2 documentaries since.
Wow.
You know, instead of interviews, she don't really do that.
Maybe that's her thing.
Even
the mystery.
like performances, like it has to be like a really big award show for her to be there to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like she doesn't need to like promote a new album kind of thing. Like I think she's at the height of her fame.
Yeah.
Not that it's gonna do it down, but she's like
no.
It's to that point where you don't need.
Yeah, she doesn't have
podcasts
to do,
or interviews aren't necessary.
No, it's not
to promote what you're doing.
Right. Yeah. My honorary person would be Kehlani because she's my favorite artist. That's not the third. This is my final one.
I had a feeling you were gonna choose her.
Yeah, it was just because I think it would be
She's
cool.
your honorary. Okay, that's
that's my honorary.
What
I want it to be somebody like political or like someone who fights for people, or I guess like Malcolm X would be cool. Just because his life was interesting. Like he started off like going down the wrong path, and then he found his faith in Islamic culture. He'll be a cool person to have interviewed, and I feel like they always like compared him to MLK. MLK was like the more like peaceful route, and Malcolm X was like the more not non-peaceful, but like I guess more aggressive route. And I feel like I have the same mentality as that, and just wanting to get his insight on like his whole life, what he's been through, and also like how he navigated like people referring to his way of promoting unity through like I guess more forceful stuff.
Well, I like that. I'll see him then.
Yeah. And like how I can be more calm about it.
Okay, so the 4 you mentioned 2 have passed,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah. And also like 3 of them are music.
That's true. You are music. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 of them are music. Yeah. And so, ending remarks. Is there anything you would like to promote besides your podcast? Please listen, share.
Yeah, like I'm thinking about doing merch for the podcast. You can comment and see what you think about merch or what kind of merch you would like to see. Just, you know, like don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. You know, you do whatever makes you happy. Don't harm people. Don't be so hateful towards people. And yeah.
What words of wisdom do you have for all the haters out there? All the haters who hate your podcast. Just kidding. No. I'm pretending there's like trolls.
You hate me because you ain't me. But yeah, this is nice. This is fun.
This is fun.
Yeah.
I hope we can do it again. For
Yeah, we can do
next
it again.
season.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to your next interview or
Yeah,
interviews.
I'm trying to make more time for it. Like my schedule is pretty crazy. Yeah.
And I like we mentioned it before the podcast, but you have plans to interview. You already have in mind who you.
Yeah, I already have in mind people that I want to interview and how would like to guide the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always have like a outline, based on the person that I'm interviewing, and yeah, I guess that's like the hard part, like doing the research and like, you know, I always like to make sure my guests are comfortable, and like just figure out what questions I can ask to make like a really thoughtful and meaningful interview. I mean, not every interview is gonna be like a hit, but I want to do my best to like give my guests like the space to say whatever, you know, contribute as much as they can.
I like that. Like the goals don't necessarily have like the most, not views, but was it listens or?
Yeah.
But like rather
or whatever.
make the person feel comfortable.
Right.
And allow them to have.
Because I guess it's another, because I guess it's going back to the first question, like why, the second question in the whole, like going into our topic, like why I wanted to interview is like, again, I was sheltered. So like, I feel like I never had a voice. It's always like, my mom or my parents, they were like, is my way or the highway? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I really had no upbringing. Yeah. So I didn't really feel like I was listened to. So like, just like I had this podcast so I can have a voice, like I also want my guests to have a voice.
I like that.
And give back like that. So yeah.
Ooh. Have a voice. I like that. Mm-hmm. Wow, maybe that's why perhaps we have similar interests.
Because we had similar upbringing. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Like we both are the oldest.
Yes.
I guess in between
a sister and a brother.
Yeah,
younger.
A sister and a brother who
the
are
same
younger.
Order, girl,
right.
boy.
Yeah. They're about the similar age.
Yeah.
You're a little bit older than me, but like probably like a couple months. It's not a whole year.
Your brother's in high school?
He just graduated.
Okay, my brother's about to be a senior, so 1 year apart.
Yeah, 1 year apart. Yeah, and you're like 10 plus years older than your bro. I'm like almost exactly 10 years against my
11,
bro.
my
and
brother
then like,
and
yeah, me and my sister we're like almost 4 years apart.
Okay, her and I are 5.
Yeah,
you're
so,
right.
Yeah,
and spacing as well.
And spacing, wow. And then I guess religious upbringing.
I agree.
And for the lack of a better word, crazy parents.
Straight.
Yeah, straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it comes from love. Just gotta remember that. Yeah, it comes some form of care, you know, a protectiveness.
I agree. I mean, I think they tried the best with what they had.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
For sure.
I see it as that.
Yeah.
Well, I like just going more in depth. Like I don't know why that's hitting a string with me right now. Like having a voice. Mm-hmm. Like I've recently encountered acquaintances who are very reserved. They're like friends of friends, and it's like learning more about their history and their background. Like I've learned that like perhaps it's also generational trauma. Like you don't feel worthy of giving your opinion. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I'm making connecting dots right now in my mind. So like I like what you said. Like you're allowing people to have a voice, and I think that's also very healing for the person themselves as well.
For sure. Because maybe they feel like they haven't been heard or considered in a way. Yeah. And I still get that too. Like I don't know, I tell like people have a question and I give them the answer to that question, but it's like no, I don't think that's right, and then they go to some certain person who knows for sure and they say the same thing that I said, and it's like, bro, like just trust me.
The ketchup girl.
Right.
I love it.
I don't know. But yeah, I still experience that sometimes. But I try not to take things too personally. Yeah.
Wow. I like we're closing with
I
that.
let
So
it
don't
go.
forget, you have
Yeah.
a story to tell.
You have a story to
You
tell. Your
have a
voice
story.
matters.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are, there's people out there who want to see you feel heard. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
it's possible. Any
Yeah.
other closing remarks?
No, that's it. This was fun. I always
Yes,
enjoy
I
talking
enjoyed
with
it.
you and
That's
hanging
so
with
normal.
you.
It was
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, it's super easy.
I forgot the mic was here.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm not holding it.
Yeah. Got a nice little setup.
Yes, very nice. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you for coming on my show. I mean,
Over.
what if I take over?
Imagine.
hack into your podcast, rename it. With
Here we go,
Here we
Lily.
with-
have my name crossed out. Put
Yes,
Lily.
crossed out.
Yeah.
People are like, what?
I thought this was loose.
OMG. But yeah, thank you for being here and listening
thank
all the
you
way through.
for- Yeah, thank you for the listeners out there. Don't be afraid to comment, give reviews. Yeah, those are awesome. Appreciate y'all.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.
Thank you.